Welcome everybody back to Outcasted OC. Your host today is me, Rudy Pucandias. We are discussing Monday Night Raw, the 27th of March, and it is the go home show. Is it a good show this week? Well, that is what we're here to discuss. Let me know in the comments what you think of the show at the end of the video, and subscribe to the channel. Go follow us on TikTok at Outcasted OC. Go follow us on Instagram at Outcasted OC. If you want to follow my channel personally, I am Rudy Poo. Handy ass on TikTok, and you can follow me at HypeReast on Instagram. So let's get straight into it. We are having a Miz TV segment to start Monday Night Raw. We came to play. It's a price to pay, and the price we're paying is seeing a standard Miz TV where just brings out his guests, which, by the way, are Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus, and he sits them down and just does the whole heel shtick. Now, for me, this is a little bit of a tiresome routine from The Miz. I do like my Miz TV, don't get me wrong. But, you know, it's the go-home show for WrestleMania, guys. Can we do a little bit something more interesting? Because every single feud that is going into WrestleMania is carried lately by either a promo, a video package, or someone just talking about the other person. Like, there's no action whatsoever. We see a lot of this on Monday Night Raw, but let's get into it. Miz interviews Becky Lynch at the start and says, Becky Lynch, you're the man, you work alone, so how does it feel that you couldn't get rid of Damage Control by yourself and you had to bring in backup? Becky Lynch turns around and goes, yeah, I am the Miz. I am the man, Miz. You're just a man with tiny balls, baby. Woo! And the Miz obviously gets then chanted tiny balls from the crowd. He says, you know, my balls are massive, baby. So, again, this is the same shtick that was going on. Like, come on, can we get a little bit more into the feud? Why are we getting this 6-person tag team match? Why is Lita and Becky the tag team champions? You know, if you're down to put over the next generation of talent, you know, why have you come back and won the tag team? These are the things the Miz could have said, by the way. These are not my thoughts. I mean, they're kind of my thoughts, I suppose. But yeah, once again, a standard heel segment from The Miz gets interrupted by Damage Control after Becky Lynch saying, I brought them back because these are two of the most these are two of the women I respect most in the industry. I don't respect you, Miz, etc. Bailey then comes out with Damage Control, explains to everyone in the audience that at one point this would have been a dream match for me. My former best friend Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus and Lita, two of the people that I also respect in this industry. This would have been a dream match at the time, but now it's a different dream. The crowd jump all over Bailey for this, and they start chanting her. And Bailey turns around and goes, a dream that none of you guys can understand because none of you idiots have dreams. Like, I love Bailey. I really do love Bailey. Like, I like the way she interacts with the audience. It's one of those things where it kind of just comes off the cuff for Bailey, and it seems more natural than most people in that locker room. So I do like the way she interacts with the audience. She says now it's a dream for a different reason, that she can now go into WrestleMania with her girls, Io Sky and Dakota Kai, and defeat Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch. Then Becky Lynch interrupts her and says, what have you done lately, Bailey? You've been doing the same old tired shtick since SummerSlam. You guys behind you got Dakota Kai, former 2-time NXT women's tag team champion. I think she said it was either that or she was referring to a championship runs on Monday Night Raw. And then she turns around to Io Sky and goes, Io Sky, you were one of the most dominant NXT women's champions of all time. And now you're just playing second fiddle to Bailey. So what the hell are you guys doing? I think it's time that we all stop talking. Now it's time to fight. So then we jump straight into Becky Lynch versus Io Sky. And let me just say, this is a match that could not be bad. Like, I mean, you've got Becky Lynch in the ring here. You've got Io Sky in the ring. You got exactly what you expect from these two people. Becky Lynch is very hard hitting. Io Sky is very hard hitting. We got a lot of good strikes here. Io Sky with the great aerial offense. You gotta love it. It's just a very solid match. You've got Becky Lynch coming out with the victory here, which is fine because I do think that Damage Control should and will beat Trish, Lita, and Becky at WrestleMania. I don't know how that match is going to go down. I don't know if it's going to be a screwy finish, But either way, regardless, I really do think that Damage Control need the victory more than these three women. I mean, you've got Becky Lynch here, you've got Lita and Trish Stratus. Like, what else have these girls got to prove? I think Bayley needs the momentum. I think Io and Dakota also desperately need the momentum. And at the end of the day, if you're not going to do anything with these three women anymore as Damage Control, then maybe it's time to split them up, because Becky Lynch does have a point. At this point, they've been doing the same old shtick since SummerSlam. They've not really accomplished anything apart from two mediocre tag team runs where they barely defended the championships. And the only times when they did really defend the championships, they lost. So maybe it's time to split these people up. Let me know what you think in the comments about that. I know that's a bit of a harsh reality for some people to swallow, but like, again, I think Damage Control really should have had a better run on the main roster by now. It's been over half a year. I really think Damage Control should have come in and won all of the championships. You had Io and Dakota come in and win the tag team championships. Absolutely brilliant. But at the time of Extreme Rules, I thought it was the perfect time for Bianca Belair to drop the women's championship to Bayley. You have a faction there, a women's faction holding all the championships, something that I don't think we've seen since Toxic Attraction on NXT. So it would have been nice to see someone do it on the main roster. But anyway, moving on swiftly from this, like I said, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree with me or not? We get a Solo Sakoa and Cody recap. It's not really anything to write home about. If you've been watching Raw and SmackDown, you know what's been going on. You know, Solo Sikoa's been getting in Cody's face. Paul Heyman or Roman Reigns been talking him down. You know, at SmackDown, Paul Heyman says, now you've got a roadblock in your way before WrestleMania. You're going to be facing Solo Sikoa on SmackDown, Mr. Cody Rhodes. Sorry, on Raw, Mr. Cody Rhodes, should I say, because it's going on tonight. We will get to that at the end of this whole show, but I thought it was a really solid performance from both of these people. After this, we get an Asuka hype package, which for me is such a waste of time. We all know how good Asuka is, which is why this feud has been so disappointing between Asuka and Bianca Belair. I think I said this on the SmackDown recap last week, and I've been saying it for a long time on lives on TikTok. You've got a situation here where, for some reason, no one's talking about the fact that Bianca Belair is coming up on 365 days, a year, as the Raw Women's Champion. I don't know why nobody's talking about that. You've got a situation here where, yes, she didn't win the Royal Rumble, but Asuka, ever since the Royal Rumble, has looked like an absolute beast with this new persona that she's got going on that she was doing in Japan. All of a sudden, randomly just turning heel when she should have been heel anyway in the first place. I don't understand why this feud has consisted of just Asuka having matches looking dominant and Bianca Belair going, yeah, you are dominant. Wow, way to go. And then them two saving each other, being in lovely tag team matches, all the way up until about like 7 days ago, where Asuka all of a sudden decided to turn. So I don't really understand the necessity to show everybody how good Asuka is when everybody always knows. If anything, this damages the feud, because we've seen how good Asuka has been on the main roster when she first came up. We saw how good and dominant she was in NXT when she was the NXT champion, to the point where she didn't even lose the NXT championship. She had to forfeit it. Or she dropped it, should I say, when she came up to the main roster. It really shows to me how good Asuka was, how good Asuka can be, and how much this feud is failing both of these women. This should be the unstoppable force versus the immovable object, as Gorilla Monsoon once said. Bianca Belair, the person who was pushed back every single challenger for a year, have been absolutely dominant, the powerhouse. And Asuka, the person who has been on the main roster for so long, been so dominant, been a women's champion more than once, and ever since the Royal Rumble, like I said, has been absolutely dominant. So why are we only getting hype packages for Asuka? It makes no sense to me, but who knows? Once again, let me know what you guys think of that in the comments, okay? Then we get another recap. This is the Seth Rollins and Logan Paul recap. Once again, we already know what's going on. Can we please stop filling time on Monday Night Raw with all of these recaps? I don't understand the necessity for it. Like, the fans aren't stupid. We don't have amnesia. It's only been 7 days since we last saw Logan Paul. We go back to when Logan Paul was interviewed last week after the match. I think it must have been on Raw Talk or something, where he was hyped and he was like, Rollins, I'm coming for you for WrestleMania. blah, 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 blah. Okay. Then we get a new promo or a backstage interview, should I say. I don't think I've seen this. I don't think this was aired on Raw last week. I don't think it was aired on Raw Talk. I haven't seen it. If it has, then my apologies. But I think this is new footage. We get an interview with Seth Rollins. I think Kathy is the one that is interviewing Seth Rollins, that saying, this is the second time that Logan Paul has cheap shotted you. How do you feel? And before Seth Rollins really has a chance to get into it, he's interrupted by Ali, who says, guys, okay, right. Seth Rollins, you have been attacked by Logan Paul lately. You are now more famous than you was before this. You should be thanking Logan Paul for introducing you to a whole new audience because he's been beating you down. You need to have some more positive Ali. You need to look at it more positive, Ali. And Seth's like, oh, I understand what you're saying there. Oh, what is this segment? What is going on? Why is Ali there? Why is Ali there, guys? Please tell me why Ali has randomly decided to once again show up and have another pointless feud like that led nowhere, like with Dolph Ziggler, and now he's got a positive Ali gimmick. It's like a Wish version of Believe, guys. I mean, come on. So Seth Rollins turns around and says, oh, yeah, you're right. Maybe I do need to be more positive, Ali. Mustafa Ali. Hey, Ali, do you remember when I was United States champion and you were following me around like a puppy, asking me for a match, just asking me for a chance? Well, tonight, you're going to get that chance because me and you are going to have a match. And Ali's like, I wasn't saying that. That was a long time ago. Yeah. I don't even know what to say about the segment. It went on for way too long. I don't see the point in it. At least it was a decent match. I mean, Mustafa Ali may be very inconsistently booked on the main roster, but you're not going to find many matches where he doesn't have a decent match. I would have liked it to go on for a lot longer, but obviously it didn't. Seth, after the match, obviously, by the way, he wins. I didn't know if I had to tell you that. Seth Rollins wins the match. Then gets on the microphone and cuts a very, very emotional promo. Like, he's very angry. Like, Logan Paul, I'm coming for you at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins has been looking like a clown lately. He's been looking like a joke. But I definitely will look like a joke if Logan Paul beats me at WrestleMania. I can't wait for this. Seeing as though we're on the road to WrestleMania and this is the go home show, I think it's time to give my thoughts on this, guys. I wouldn't mind if Logan Paul beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. I really think it'd be an interesting thing to see, like, Seth Rollins kind of descend into madness, and it really shows that he could actually play that character, like, because of the WrestleMania Goes Hollywood segments where it was Seth Rollins as a Joker and, like, the whole Becky Lynch I'm the Man segment. That was really interesting. I would really like to see Seth Rollins kind of follow that up and maybe go into like a Joker kind of gimmick. Like, what do you guys think about that? Like Seth Rollins kind of going a little bit crazy. I think that would be cool. Am I the only one? I don't know. I would like to see it anyway. But regardless of that, next segment. We have a really weird segment where, like, there's a lot of things being glued together in this backstage scene here. With you're in Adam Pearce's locker room office, right? You've got Baron Corbin there complaining that he's not been given many opportunities lately. He's not even on the WrestleMania card. Can he at least get into the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal? And before Adam Pearce can even get into it with him, Chelsea Green shows up out of nowhere once again with the whole Karen gimmick. I'm loving the Chelsea Green thing, guys. I won't lie to you. I think she should stay away from Carmella regardless if she's injured or not. But I really like this Chelsea Green gimmick. Chelsea Green interrupts and goes, "Why am I not in the women's tag team showcase thing?" I don't know why she's complaining. I don't know why anyone would want to be in the women's tag team showcase thing. But regardless, Sonya Deville, I'm sorry if I keep sniffling, by the way, guys. I'm very ill, so I do apologize. Sonya Deville then comes up and goes, Adam Pearce is a joke of a manager. I could have been. I did this job way better than him, and he's just mad. He's just like just a liability basically. She's calling him all the names under the sun. However, then Adam Pearce goes, "Okay, I'll tell you what, guys. You two can be in a tag team match, and you will face Candice LeRae and me, Jim, tonight for the final spot in the women's tag team showcase." There you go. Actually, Adam Pearce, that was a very good decision. That's probably the first decision you have made that I have liked. Whatever. Who cares? It's the women's tag team showcase. No one cares. Not even WWE cares. I don't care. Baron Corbin then goes, seriously, because he keeps on getting interrupted. I feel sorry for Baron Corbin. I mean, whatever you think about this guy, whether you think he deserves to be on the main roster, whether you think he still deserves to be employed, no matter what WWE throw at this guy, he has tried to pick it up and he is ran with it, in my opinion. When it comes to the Constable Corbin thing, the Lone Wolf Baron Corbin thing, which I loved, by the way, I think he should have had a World Championship run with that gimmick. I'm just going to say it. Whether he had the Happy Corbin gimmick, whether it was the homeless Corbin gimmick, I thought that was so funny, especially the bit when he was trying to get into the arena. And he was like, "That's me on the truck." And like the security guy's like, "Nah, that's not you, dude. That's not you. You can't come in." But yeah, like Baron Corbin, I feel like 2023 needs to be a turnaround for him. WWE needs to give him a gimmick where that lasts more than 5 minutes. Like, give him something to run with, and I think he could do it. I would go full biker mode with Baron Corbin. Like, regardless of whether he has a long hair or not, I think he could pull off the biker gimmick. And maybe give him a little faction. I don't know. But regardless of that, we next segment is the Brock Lesnar. Oh, is it? Hang on a minute. I'm just checking. Oh, yeah, it is. It's the Brock Lesnar and Almost weigh-in segment, which goes off the rails very, very quickly. But there's one thing I do want to say about Almost coming out. He has new music, which for me, and if you guys want to go back and listen to this just to confirm it, I mean, I think it sounds a lot like the Hurt Business theme song. So I don't know if they're aiming to go into that direction very soon. We've heard speculation that WWE do want to reform the Hurt Business, regardless if Bobby Lashley is going to be in there or not. It looks like to me that the Hurt Business is going to be reformed, maybe with Almost, Cedric, and Shelton Benjamin, which is fine because I like Shelton and Cedric. Almost I can take or leave Almost, to be honest with you. But this would be interesting. Like I said, go back and listen to his theme song and then go back and listen to the old Hurt Business theme song. For me, very, very similar. So Almost gets in the ring. He gets weighed and he weighs about 3 tons or something. Who cares? I don't know. MVP gets on the microphone and says, basically the Nigerian Giant, Brock Lesnar, you have faced many people at WrestleMania. You know, you faced Kurt Angle, you faced Roman Reigns, you defeated them all. You even broke the Undertaker's streak at WrestleMania, your most famous accomplishment. No one can take it away from you. But there's one thing that you can't do. You can't suplex Almost. You can't F5 Almost. You ain't going to beat Almost. So basically, then Brock Lesnar's music hits. Brock Lesnar comes out, tries to jump Almost in the ring. Almost sells terribly. Like, I mean, I think it's supposed to be a thing where like almost is like supposed to be like more like steady on his feet, like, oh, he's the unmovable object, but like the guy staggers all over the ring when Brock Lesnar hits him. He looks like he's a ton of bricks about to fall down. But regardless of this, right, Brock Lesnar hits him, Almost bounces off the ropes, get back in the middle of the ring. Corey's like, oh, you can barely move, the Giant. Gets him in the corner. Brock Lesnar splashes him again. Almost stays on his feet. Brock Lesnar goes to grab the weighing machine. He goes to hit Almost with the weighing machine. Almost bangs him right in the face with a big boot. Brock Lesnar like rolls to the outside and then just looks kind of shocked and bewildered for about, I don't know, what seems like an eternity. Why is this segment happening again? I don't know. Why is this match happening? I have no idea. This does no favors for Brock Lesnar. It does no favors for Almost because I honestly don't know who's going to win. And I honestly don't care who's going to win because regardless, Brock Lesnar's probably not going to show up for another couple of months. And Almost is terrible. So I don't know who wins in this scenario, whether it's the fans or Brock Lesnar or Almost. None of them is my answer. So... but like I said, I think this is more of a case is like it looks like we're probably going to be getting the Hurt Business coming back. Maybe the Hurt Business help Almost defeat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Who knows? Once again, guys, let me know what you think in the comments of that. But when it comes to this segment, I really don't know, like, what the hell was the whole point of it. I really don't. I really do not know. Um, so we get another hype package here, okay? And it's a Charlotte Flair hype package. Once again, why do we need a Charlotte Flair hype package? We don't need a Charlotte Flair hype package. Charlotte Flair is Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair hypes herself up every single time she comes back and wins a championship because that's literally her gimmick. I mean, I am not a fan of Charlotte Flair. I'm not a fan of this whole like storyline because there is no storyline with her and Rhea Ripley. I said this on the SmackDown review, and I'm going to say it again. This is a situation where I don't care about the storyline. This is a please get this out the way storyline because we all know how it's going to end. That's all I care about. After the hype package, we get a Rhea Ripley interview where she talks about its legacy versus destiny. Rhea Ripley says she needs to get past Charlotte because it's a destiny to be dominant and it's a destiny to win the SmackDown Women's Championship. It pretty much sums it up in a case of like, Charlotte's great, but I'm going to be better than her at WrestleMania. I don't know, guys. Like, for me, again, this was a bit of a waste of time, like a massive waste of time. Like, Raw is very, very like heavy of recaps and hype packages this week. And I really think they should have spaced it out over the weeks if that's how you want to go about storylines, because it feels like WWE have decided on the last week to WrestleMania that they've not hyped all of these matches up as much as they should have. And that's their fault. That's not ours. So why are you making us sit through this, WWE? I'm not dogging on them, but you have had 3 months to build up these matches, and you have done a terrible job of it. You have done an absolute terrible job of it. And by the way, if it's a case of Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair main event in night 1 of WrestleMania, I am not a fan of that. You can take that match, you can take the idea and shove it. They do not deserve. I don't care if it's the main event. If you win the Royal Rumble, it should be the storyline that puts you in the main event of WrestleMania. And if we're being serious, the main event of night 1 of WrestleMania should be the tag team match. It should be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos. Rhea and Charlotte, Bianca, Asuka do not deserve to main event either night. I'm just saying that's just my opinion anyway. But then we get on to I guess here's a guess, guys. I'll give you 3 seconds to guess what we get in the next segment of Monday Night Raw. Okay, it's another hype package. We get Finn Balor now saying to Edge, you do whatever you need to do to get to the place that you need to be to face me at Hell in a Cell. You can light your candles. You can, I don't know, go for a massage. You can go get a manicure, a pedicure. You can go get, I don't know, what do they call it, where they shove the goddamn tube up your backside and take all the crap out, because I feel like this is what this segment is turning into. You can do all of that, guys, and then you can face the demon in Hell in a Cell, because you might have to summon your demons, but my demons are always here. Oh my God, like, where has Finn Balor and Edge been? Like, for this whole storyline? It's like, again, I feel like I'm repeating myself. You've got another situation here where it's just been promo packages for the past 3 weeks. You've got the Judgment Day, who were one of the main protagonists or antagonists or whatever you want to call them on Monday Night Raw. And Finn Balor arguably is the face of the Judgment Day. It's either him or Rhea Ripley. And you've got him in hype packages the week before, the week of WrestleMania. Get him on the show, guys. Get him on the show. I don't want to see a video. Phoenix, Arizona, I feel sorry for you that you had the homecoming, like the go home episode of Monday Night Raw, because you've just got hype packages for the whole night. Can you imagine sitting in that arena? Can you imagine sitting in that arena and how many times you have to stretch your neck up to look at the screen because there's another video on the goddamn screen? And they're like, what is this BS? I'm sorry, you've got a situation here where I am excited, okay? I am excited about this Finn Balor and Edge Hell in a Cell match, okay? But this has been going on for months. This has been going on since before Extreme Rules. It's like Clash of the Castle. And the best you can do before we get to the match is, oh, I'm gonna give Finn Balor a video vignette. Like, come on, guys. Like, work with me a little bit here. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I am getting really mad at like Monday Night Raw this week. I thought like the second half of it was really good, but there was way too many promo packages, for God's sake. Okay, so this match actually was surprisingly pretty good coming up next. I mean, I was really not looking forward to this match as soon as it was announced. As soon as I heard whatever his name is announced, the following contest is an 8-man tag team match. I thought, oh, here we go. More filler content for Monday Night Raw. And it was, but it was actually a pretty decent match. So this basically is showcasing everyone that is in the tag team showcase. So you've got the Street Profits teaming with Ricochet and Braun Strowman versus Otis and Gable of the Alpha Academy and the Viking Raiders. And although this was a good match, ironically enough, it was supposed to showcase what we're getting in a tag team match at WrestleMania. All this showcase for me is the amount of people I want to see Chad Gable face in a singles match. You've got Chad Gable versus Ricochet that happened in this match. You've got Chad Gable having interaction with Braun Strowman, a match I want to see again. You've got Chad Gable versus Angelo Dawkins here, by the way, guys, who really impressed me in this match. Give him a singles run if the Street Profits break up, because I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, okay, he might be the weak link in the Street Profits. Montez Ford is clearly the diamond in the rough. But Angelo Dawkins is no slouch, and he has really been improving ever since he decided to, like, up his game. I don't know when that happened, but Angelo Dawkins had some really good moments in this match, so fair play to him. And then you also had Chad Gable go up against a couple of members of the Viking Raiders here. Like I said, it was a tag team match, advertising a tag team showcase, but all this advertised for me is the amount of people I want to see Chad Gable have a singles match with on Raw. So give Chad Gable the goddamn stick, give him the baton, give him the spotlight, WWE, and give him a main roster push. Give him a singles push, maybe for, I don't know, the IC title, the United States title. If you want to send him down to NXT and give him a run with the North American Championship, I am absolutely fine with that as well. But no matter what, Chad Gable needs to have the ball, and he would hit a home run with it, goddammit. That's my opinion on Chad Gable. So who wins this match? I can't even remember. I'm getting on my Chad Gable. Oh yeah, it was the Street Profits and Ricochet and Strowman. Like, who cares? Who won this match? Like, I don't even know why this match is taking place. For me, it's not a tag team showcase match, just like the women's one. It's for me, it's let's get as many people on the WrestleMania card, because we've forgotten about all the talented people we've got in the catering goddamn division. But once again, I think the Viking Raiders, if anyone needs to win this match, because out of everyone, I think they deserve a little bit of the spotlight, and out of everyone, I think they need the win the most. They have come back, and that their momentum has been stagnant at best. And I think there is a lot of potential with the Viking Raiders and Valhalla. I really love the entrance. We all know how good the War Raiders or War Machine were, and I think this is the opportunity to really get them pushed again. Once again, guys, let me know what you think in the comments of that match. I think for me, that was a really underrated match on Monday Night Raw. That might even be the match of the night, to be honest with you. Then we get, after this, a Cody Rhodes interview. Once again, he is talking about his match with Solo Sakoa and how Solo Sakoa isn't ready and how it's just another obstacle. He's asking why. He has to face him before Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Once again, a bit of a filler segment, but Cody Rhodes gets across that no matter how many roadblocks that Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman are going to put in front of him, that he's going to come out victorious at WrestleMania. That's all we need to know about this interview, to be honest, guys. This is the first time that I've seen this, okay? Next, we get I don't know if this is like the first time it's ever been debuted, but this is the first time that I've seen it. So we get the Bloodline Goodfellas segment, which is really, really funny. It's a parody of the scene in the restaurant with Joe Pesci asking, you know, am I funny? I'm a clown. Do you see me as a clown? Like, you know, stuff like that. And it's Roman Reigns playing the Joe Pesci segment, and it's Paul Heyman like playing the person who wound him up. If you've ever seen Goodfellas, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was very entertaining. I really like this. Paul Heyman with a little "as you shouldn't trust me," like I said it under his breath in this segment. What's that mean? What does that mean? And at the end, Solo Sakoa says something along the lines of, "Wow, you really are the tribal chief." Like, what does that mean? I don't know if they're dropping little teasers, guys, in this segment, but I really enjoyed it. One of the better of the little scenarios that we've seen heading into WrestleMania in terms of the parodies that they're doing. I really enjoyed this. Speaking of really enjoying something, like once again, and I know I've been complaining about the hype packages this whole video. But for once, I actually quite enjoyed this one. Theory is backstage, and he is talking about facing John Cena at WrestleMania. People are saying, "Oh, he's trying to be the next John Cena," or they're comparing him to the next John Cena. Theory basically says, "No, he's not trying to be the next John Cena. He's not doing it to be the next John Cena. He is doing it for himself. He wants to be the Austin Theory." I really like this promo from Theory. I think everyone is writing off Austin Theory ever since Triple H came back, but I really think like with this, he's really improved on the microphone. I really like the gimmick that he's got going at the moment, where it's a little bit more serious. So I am actually very excited for the Austin Theory versus Cena match. I don't know if it's going to last 5 minutes or 15 minutes, but regardless, I'm glad it's opening the show. I think Theory may lose. I don't know if that'll be the right decision. I don't think in 2023 John Cena should really be beating an up-and-coming star like Austin Theory. But if it leads to an open challenge match on Monday Night Raw, then I'm fine with that because that means Cena drops the championship. Austin Theory, if he does lose, I don't think this is the end for Austin Theory, if anything. The only way is up, baby. I believe Yazoo said. So Austin Theory doesn't really he doesn't really lose anything by losing to Cena if he does, but I'd rather him not. I'd rather him retain the title against Cena. I think it would do wonders for his character. But regardless, anyway, we get on to the next match in the night. And it's a match that I don't really care about. I think the right people won. And we get Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville versus Candice LeRae and Michin Mia Yim. Two tag teams, by the way, who are not tag teams that are fighting for a spot in a tag team showcase. Once again, I'll say this like I said on SmackDown. Why are we having this match? No one in this match are a tag team. The only tag team that are in this match are Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, to my knowledge. The rest have just been thrown together. That's it. It's like all WWE have done for the past month or so. Have gone, we don't have enough women on this card because we can't be asked either getting a mid-card title for the women's division or we can't be asked building storylines, not even for the women's championships. So let's just throw a tag team showcase match. You've got the women's tag team championships right there, guys. Why are Becky and Lita holding the tag team championships? There's no need for it. They don't need it. They don't need it in this storyline either. It could have just been the 6-man tag team match. There doesn't need to be a tag team title match there. It really doesn't. Like, if you want Damage Control to drop the championships, at least drop them to someone who we actually care about. Build some tag team teams in this division, and maybe people will start to care about the women's tag team championships again. I don't know. But like I said, Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville win this match, and that was the right decision. But regardless, now we come to the promo of the night. I know there's been about 60 of them, but now we come to the promo of the night where Paul Heyman just cuts an amazing promo. It really reminds me of old school Paul Heyman back in like early 2000s when he was hyping up Brock Lesnar. I really enjoyed it. Like, I'm just gonna try and not spoil anything for you while I talk about it. But he basically talks about how, and like, I'm saying I'm not going to spoil it because I definitely recommend that you guys go and like listen to what Paul Heyman said in this promo because it was very, very good. It might have been Paul Heyman's best promo in a while for me, actually. Paul Heyman basically gets on the mic and says, "Cody Rhodes, you're not ready to fill the boots of Dusty Rhodes. You're not man enough to face Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns came to his wise man and we came up with a strategy. You keep on saying that Solo Sikoa isn't ready. You're not ready for the magnitude of WrestleMania and carrying this company on your back." It's a very, very good promo from Paul Heyman. And like I said, guys, go and check it out. Please go and check this out. You'll be doing yourself an injustice if you don't go look at this promo. Very, very, very good. Very, very good indeed. Then we get an actually pretty good match. But it actually makes me sad. It really makes me sad for Damian Priest. It's Rey Mysterio versus Damian Priest, okay? Bearing in mind, like I believe Damian Priest is the only person in the Judgment Day without a match at WrestleMania, unless he's in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I don't know if he is or not. I hope he is, because he should be the one to win, and then all the Judgment Day would be getting victories at WrestleMania, hopefully. But this is a really good match. Like Rey Mysterio, obviously very, very good. Damian Priest, for me, always very underutilized on the main roster. Puts on an excellent match. This match ends in a disqualification where Dominic gets on the apron and attacks his father. It is then it's then just a beatdown basically on Rey Mysterio until Legado del Fantasma come out and save the day, which is very interesting because after WrestleMania, I have a feeling we're going to be getting Judgment Day versus Legado. Take my money for that. You got Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro and Santos Escobar versus the Judgment Day. Like, take my money, because then you got Zelina Vega, sorry, and Rhea Ripley. Amazing match right there. Like WrestleMania Backlash, you could have like an 8-man tag team match or an 8 mixed tag team match. That is quality right there. What do you guys think of this? There's not much to say about this match, to be honest with you, except that Rey Mysterio just looks as clean as ever. Some great power moves from Damian Priest here. I really enjoy Damian Priest. Like there was a wicked clothesline in this match where Rey Mysterio goes for a 619. He has Damian Priest on the ropes. He turns around to run against the ropes, ready for the 619, and Damian Priest just clocks him with like an amazing clothesline. Like Corey Graves said, that would have made JBL proud. So go and check this match out, guys. Next we get a backstage segment with people basically looking to see if they've made the team, aka see if they are in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. We get Rick Boogs like being really excited because he is in the armbar. Elias, look, he's in there as well. He says, oh, he's pretty much guaranteed to win. He's surefire. Elias is coming home with a victory. He then turns around and Dexter Lumis is stood there. He turns around and then someone else is stood there. I can't remember. And then he turns back around and says, and then Bobby Lashley stood there. It looks like Bobby Lashley is in the armbar. We are not getting Bobby Lashley versus Bray Wyatt. I think we all knew that anyway. But it looks like Bobby Lashley may be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which is a huge waste for Bobby Lashley if that's the case. I heard rumors that LA Knight was going against Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, but it's a bit too late to set up that match. So I suppose it makes sense to get him on the card in some kind of way. I don't know what they're going to be doing with LA Knight at WrestleMania if that is the case, guys. Maybe they're going to shove him in the armbar as well, which once again is a bit of a letdown. I would have liked to see LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, etc. have a match at WrestleMania. You've got 2 nights there to fill. You've got 2 big superstars there that could have a match with each other. Just set it up. Set it up. I don't care. As long as LA Knight wins. But you know, again, guys. Oh my God. We get another backstage interview, believe it or not, with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens talking about facing the Usos at WrestleMania. This is a bit of a cool backstory, though, to be fair. We've got Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens saying, yeah, we all know that we started off in Montreal, but we actually got our first big break in Los Angeles. So it'll be fitting when we go into WrestleMania in LA, it'll come full circle when we take the undisputed tag team championships home with us. Who do you think is going to win this match, guys? I have a feeling that it's definitely going to be Sami and Kevin. It's got to be Sami and Kevin. Because I have a feeling that this is going to be the start of like the breakdown of the bloodline. I don't think that Roman is going away with a loss. I do think Roman Reigns is retaining the Uwu. But someone in the bloodline has to take an L, and it looks like it's going to be the Usos. It might even be a case of Jey Uso turns on the bloodline and costs the Usos the tag team championships. But well, again, guys, I know I keep saying it, but I'm really interested in your thoughts of it. Let me know in the comments what you think of this match. And speaking of a match, Gunther versus Dolph Ziggler. Poor Dolph Ziggler's chest. That is all I'm going to say. Dolph Ziggler is a really perfect opponent for Gunther. Just because Dolph Ziggler could put on a match with a broom and it would be a decent match. Dolph Ziggler is very, very good at putting people over. He's an amazing seller. It's a shame that that's all he's really been reduced to in WWE nowadays. But regardless, you get some really good offense here from Dolph Ziggler. He hits the Famouser. He hits that really cool splash that he does in the corner. That he gets so much elevation on all of his moves. Dolph Ziggler, I love it. But at the end, there's a move where Dolph Ziggler goes for a move in the corner, and Gunther just chops the crap out of Dolph Ziggler. He then hits him with a power bomb, and then he hits him with the final symphony. Obviously, Gunther goes home with the victory in this match. Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci, to my knowledge, I don't remember them getting involved, so I didn't think they needed to get involved anyway. After this match, Gunther gets on the microphone and basically says, "Sheamus, Drew, look what's going on here. You seen what I just did to Dolphy, baby? Well, that's what I'm going to do to you. Regardless of the injustice, what happened with Adam Pearce, I'm still going to walk out of WrestleMania with the Intercontinental Championship." I agree. My heart kind of wants Sheamus to win the IC title at WrestleMania. It would be a really cool story that he's come all this way from Clash at the Castle to win the IC title. But at the same time, I think they may be trying to use Gunter to beat the Honky Tonk Man's record. And I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind Gunter holding the title for a year. That would be pretty dope, like at least until SummerSlam. Drew McIntyre for me is the outlier in this match. I don't know why he's there. I don't care that he's there. It'll be a hard-hitting match, don't get me wrong. It'll probably be match of the weekend if it's given enough time, because they're all great wrestlers. But for me, Drew McIntyre has been stagnant ever since Clash at the Castle, and he's kind of just there because Sheamus is there. But once again, guys, let me know what you think in the comments of that. If you are still here this far into the video, very well done, because I have been going up and down in this video, goddammit. After this, we get the main event. It is Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa, the final roadblock in the way of Cody Rhodes heading into WrestleMania. I just want to say, this is a very, very interesting match for me. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of Solo Sikoa. And even though he was beat tonight, even though he lost his undefeated streak, it really didn't bother me, mainly because of how much offense he was able to get in and how much of a beast he was able to look. Cody Rhodes was able, to look strong in this match as well. I do want to say that the move of the night, though, was it was kind of a modified Samoan drop from Solo Sikoa, where it wasn't so much as a Samoan drop, where he kind of just lifted him up in the air, let go, and threw him backwards. It kind of looked like a belly to belly, but like he barely touched him. Like he ran off the ropes, Cody. Solo Sikoa lifts him up for the Samoan drop, but like lifts him in the air and just lets go. He just lets go of it, and like Cody goes flying. It looks very, very cool indeed. There's a really cool scene here where once again Solo Sikoa looks very strong. Disaster kick. Cody Rhodes goes for the Cody cutter. He hits it, like Solo Sikoa is down. Then he hits him with the crossroads. Cody Rhodes is not able to go for the cover immediately because he's so exhausted, because this has been such a good battle with him and Solo. Goes for the cover eventually. Solo Sikoa gets his foot on the rope. Solo Sikoa technically just kicked out the crossroads. That's good enough for me. I do think WWE are keeping Solo Sikoa strong. The Usos come out because they see that the brother is in a bit of trouble. They look like they're about to interfere in the match. Cody Rhodes looks a bit like, stressed out, that fact that he's going to have to deal with this at WrestleMania. Then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come out and even the odds. They batter the Usos all the way to the backstage area. Cody Rhodes is then able to avoid the Samoan spike, goes for another crossroads, hits the crossroads. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes beats Solo Sikoa, and he's looking strong heading into WrestleMania. That was the end of Monday Night Raw, guys. Like I said, a very up and down show. I thought there was some matches on this card that was very, very good. Like the 8-man tag team match for me maybe was the highlight of the night. I think we could have dealt without a lot of these backstage segments, these hype packages, these promos. A lot of them were very, very bad, with the exception of maybe Austin Theory's and Paul Heyman's. I could have really dealt without all of them, to be honest with you. Match wise, like I said, the 8-man tag team match was good. Solo Sikoa versus Cody Rhodes, fantastic match. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of this episode of Monday Night Raw, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments of it. But if I was gonna rate it out of like a 1 to 10, I would probably give this go home show Monday Night Raw 4 or 5. 5 if I'm being generous, and I'm only saying that because like the Rey Mysterio match and the 8-man tag team match and the Cody match like elevated it a little bit, but there was a lot of stuff that dragged this down for me. But let me know what you think in the comments, guys. That is my recap of Monday Night Raw. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you go follow us on Instagram and on TikTok, guys, at Outcasted OC, the same as this channel. If you like me, guys, and if you like what I've got to say, I do a lot of this kind of content on my own channel. Go follow Rudy Poo, RUDY, Candy Ass on TikTok. You can follow me on Instagram as well at Hype Beast. Make sure you go follow me there because I just post pictures of myself, and who doesn't want to see this mug? You know what I'm saying, guys? but regardless of that, guys, we've got a lot of content coming up this week. Obviously, we've got predictions and Hall of Fame chat coming up as a podcast on the Friday. Outcast, you can check us out there. We will be going live with that. All of the gang will be there. I'm pretty sure someone is going to be covering NXT tonight. It might even be me. I don't know. We haven't decided that yet, but you'll see one of our lovely, beautiful faces covering NXT. Don't you worry about that. Friday Night SmackDown. It looks like Unicorn Goth is going to be covering Friday Night SmackDown. So if you like her content, make sure you tune in for that, guys. NXT Stand and Deliver will also be covered on the channel, guys. I can't wait for that show. You have got a match there that could potentially steal the whole weekend if it's given time, and that is a North American Championship match where Wesley is defending against 4 other people, I believe. That is going to be an amazing match. Dragon Lee's in there, Ilya Dragunov's in there, JD McDonough's in there, and then we'll find out the last person on NXT this week, guys. So make sure you check out our review of NXT. But with that being said, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Go watch Monday Night Raw if you've not seen it, and peace out.